Hello everyone. Today I am going to cover a topic on ADF which is metadata driven copy. So what exactly is metadata driven copy? In the last topic I just covered a copy step which copies from one source to one destination. The source can be API or any table. The destination can also be a API or any table. But if we have like 50 source tables and 50 destination tables, or like 100 source tables, we should not create multiple pipelines for each table. It will be very difficult to maintain that. So Azure has a template. So basically ADF has a template where we can use a metadata driven copy step, where we'll write all the table names in one table, another table, and that will drive the copy pipeline. So there will be dynamic values in the copy step, and the actual values will be taken from a configuration table. So let's get started. For this, I have just two resources. One is SQL database and the data factory. Okay. In the SQL database, I have created a input table and the output table with some 2-3 sample records. Uh, let's go to the data factory. So, and we will connect to the SQL server, SQL database from the data factory. So okay, in the data factory, let's start with linked services. For now, I have not opened all the ports of the SQL database because that can be hacked from outside. So I am using private endpoints to connect from the data factory to the SQL database. So you can just create a new one over here, and once you create that, it can be used for any type of resources to connect using a private endpoint. So, and when you go to the SQL database under this one, you will have to approve here in the SQL server. In the SQL server, after you send the request from here, in the SQL server under private endpoint, you have to select this and approve this. Then data factory can connect to this different databases under this SQL server. So that step I have done, the approval step. Then we'll go to the linked service. We'll create a linked service for connecting to the SQL database. So here we will just use the drop down menus. The username and password. It is better to use Azure Key Vault for keeping the username and password. For demo purposes, I am just typing it here. We'll test connection, create. So the link service is done. That will be easy for us to create the pipeline. Let's go to the pipeline. Then we will just use a copy data table, that is a template. It's readily available in ADF. So we'll do that. Here also there are two options: built-in copy task, metadata driven. We'll go with the metadata driven one for this demo. Here the same whatever we created the link service, I am connecting to that table. I don't have control table, so let it create a new table. Let us do the schedule one here. So we can do runtime one and schedule it afterwards also, no problem. So all the configuration whatever we are doing, we can change it afterwards also. Okay, okay, we'll keep it run once, we can schedule it afterwards. I will show you how to schedule it. Okay, next. So source is SQL database. The connection is the same linked service. Then I have two tables in there, input and output. I just select the input one. For now I just kept it one table, but we can add thousands of tables into the same pipeline. Next, full load configure. For we can do full load or partial load, basically incremental load based on the extra data we have. We can go for delta load. Full load is a easier option, we'll go for the delta load. Okay, then in delta load it will ask for a id, which will just check what are the extra ids in the source table and copy only those rows into the destination. So start one will put preview data. In the watermark, okay, so this is a either okay, so I have only 3 rows in the source database. So this is a integer and these two all these are characters. For the watermark column name, it has to be either integer or a date timestamp, then only it can do a delta load. We don't need any constraint of watermark for full load. Full load can do like complete rows as it is, but for delta load we need to select one column which is either a integer or a date time. So the incremental load will be based on that column. Okay, next. Then target one. So in the source one, if there are 1,000 tables, we don't need to select everything at one go. We can select one table or two tables and then configure everything afterwards also. Next, the target one SQL database, same linked service. Then we will, okay. So input is DBO input and this is the output table. And if the column names are exactly same, in which is my case, you can skip column mapping. Otherwise we can just, I will show you, we can select column by column here. So if the columns are here, like which column, if the column names are different, you can come to this step and map the columns one by one. But for my case all the column names are same, I can skip column mapping. Next, okay, I don't need anything here. Next, so this one we can change the name like copy tables. This is the pipeline name basically. So there are some settings over here we can ignore for now. Next, okay, so it is source is SQL database, destination is also same. So these are some of the configurations. Next, so it is trying to create some. Okay, now what happened is, so it is created some pipelines in the background that created data sets, pipelines, and generated SQL scripts which needs to be run manually. So these SQL scripts didn't run automatically. We have to copy them from here and run manually in the tables. Okay, I copied this. Then I will go to the SQL database. I will just connect to, from here we can connect from SSMS also. I will just connect from the portal. Okay, Here I will put that query and run. So basically what happened, another new table called main control table that got created, and some information also got, so one row got uh, or inserted to that table, where it so says what is the source table, what is the destination table. See, the sink is the destination table, what are the different parameters for copying. Okay, so all these things will go. See, this is a sandbox, is the manual trigger name, this is the trigger name, this is the pipeline name. So all these information are, so these are the metadata. Okay, so which will be used in the copy steps. So next we have to, there are two scripts basically we have to run. This is a another stored procedure script, we have to run that also. Run. So this will create a stored procedure which will update like how many rows we have already copied and how many are pending. So we'll go for finish. So this is done. So as part of these steps, the pipelines got created and the data sets got created, and separately we have created the control table and the stored procedure. So here what we see, there will be three pipelines and three data sets. So one is the source data set, destination data set, and control data set. So that is the control table that got created. And here, so there are multiple steps, the top level, the middle level, and the bottom level. These are the three pipelines that run interdependently. So we have to start with the top level, so it will read all the tables from the source and write into the destination. For example, if I show you, the destination is blank now, no rows, and source is having three rows. So source has three rows, destination has zero rows. So when we run this, it will copy the source to the destination. So there are some parameters here, like what is the control table. We, if we need, we can change these names and all that. For now, I am not changing anything to avoid confusion. Okay, so we can change these names or change the like pipeline names also, data sets names also, but there are some references here and there. If you want to change, you have to change at all places, like this table is referencing this table name. So if you are changing the, if you are changing this table name, you have to change this reference over here. So for now I am not changing, we'll just debug it once and see what is happening. Okay, there are some errors. Azure SQL database datasets cannot be copy tables. Dataset name should only contain letters, numbers, or underscores. Okay, so there is a space over here in the name, so that's why this is giving error. Okay, publish everything just to store everything. If we don't publish it and close the browser, everything will go, nothing will get saved. Let's debug now. Okay, so initial validation done. It will start running. It might take some around 1 minute to complete. We can monitor the job over in this tab, or go to the monitor tab and monitor. Okay, see, there are multiple steps under this, so it is running one by one. So the first step done, it is running the other steps. Let's go to the monitor tab and see how it is there. So we have under pipeline runs, we have triggered runs and debug runs. If we are doing manual, it will be under debug. If it is automatically triggered, then it will be under triggered. So let's see here. So there are this is the top label, this is the middle label, and this is the bottom label. There are multiple steps in each label, and they will be running one by one to close that. So I'll tell you the other steps. Like if we are you are trying to take another table to copy, you just have to entry another record here, and that will get copied. And like you can change some parameters depending on what we need, like source, destination, table name we have to change. So you can, the same query what we have run here, you can use this query only to insert new records, or you can just create a query and insert another record, and that will copy each time the pipeline runs, that will copy two tables. Let us see if, okay, the third step will also be there. So this is successful, all the three steps are successful. Let's go to the output records. See, the three records are here. So okay, only two records got created because in the watermark column we have put one. When we created the pipeline, we in the watermark column we said one, so it copied only records which are more than one. So we missed one record there. Otherwise, everything other than that would have got copied. Let's refresh the control table and see if we have any information updated in this. So here, okay, here see, this is a column where all the things related to the watermark are stored. So here there are few parameters. So it is saying delta load, and what is the column which based on which the delta load is happening. Okay, what is the type, data type of that column, and what is till what column it has already copied. So it has already copied till 3. So next time it will start comparing, wherever this is more than 3, then only copy, otherwise don't copy. So instead of initially we kept it 1, so there was a problem. So if we would have kept it 0, then all the 3 rows would have got copied. Okay, so we can change this value if we need to rerun. So let's do that. Like let's put it 0 and update it and rerun that. We have to edit this. we'll edit this and just see that it will, okay, we'll edit it here, we'll make it 0. So and save. Then we will blank out the output table, otherwise it will be problem. No, it will not be, there is no primary key as of now, so there will not be any problem. Let's debug it again. Let's go to this, we'll click on top label and then debug. So it will run again. There is no primary key, so it should copy the 3 rows again. We'll refresh, another 3 lines will come over here. It took 1 minute 47 seconds. Okay, so it will take almost 2 minutes to copy. Okay, and then we can see after that is done, this table will get updated again, the watermark column will again get updated. It's locked. We'll wait for some time, it will get updated. See, the output table has 5 rows now, 2 rows copied in the first pipeline, 3 rows copied again. So basically, and if we see this table, then it would be updated to 3 again. The watermark start value is again 3. So basically it copied from greater than 0, we updated it to 0 and it became 3. Next time if you add a row like 4, 5, 6, all the 3 will get copied. Okay, so this is the pipeline. Okay, and I think we are almost done with everything. So all these are created automatically, so we don't have to like worry much about them. But if you want to change something, then you need to understand where is the linkage, where it is done, and change that. Otherwise, like the 3 pipelines and 3 data sets get created automatically and you can just use them, but there are a lot of other things inside this. I don't want to confuse by telling everything in this starting video only. So once you start using it and read what are the columns here and all that, then you will get to understand step by step what are the next steps. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.